You want to get to that Radiant level? This is what you need to do because other people are doing it. The biggest thing from Immortal 3 to Radiant is just... Hello, my name is Worthy, a professional Valorant coach. If you're looking to climb the ranks and improve your overall gameplay, you definitely want to leave a like and a sub and enjoy the video. The biggest thing from Immortal 3 to Radiant is just asking for util, communicating, asking to be enabled, right? The words that you say. I think you do a really good job. Like, you're on the precipice. Like, you're this close to being Radiant. I could feel it. And that will make things a little easier for you for the flashes and asking for certain utility. Because I know there's a couple of rounds where you're like, oh, I feel like my teammates don't know how to flash. I'm like, no, they know how to flash. They just don't know how to flash for you, right? That's a big key. Yeah, so momentum is a big piece obviously in this game for sure, but you need to have positive momentum no matter the result, right? If you're too result oriented, it's going to shift your mindset so much that it can be toxic, right? And then you start going down this rabbit hole where it just continually flexes on you, right? So there's going to be 3 questions I'm going to ask you. There's going to be some rounds here where we end up dying like really early into the round, and I'm going to have you recondition your mindset for these rounds so that you start feeling better, right? Because we always want to try to get some sort of value out of every single one of these games. One of the biggest pieces of advice I give to a lot of people at lower rank are like, oh, you know, my team's doing da. Like, okay, stop talking about your team. Let's talk about what you can do first of all, sure. Right? And if you lose a game, is that a waste of time? And most of the time they say, yes, it is a waste of time. I'm like, well, then you need to change your mindset, right? Because every game is experience. That's the way you got to look at it, right? So we got to salvage value out of every single round, regardless of the result. Otherwise, you're standing still.
Hey, go for it.
Okay, so it's not terrible. When I first watched it, I couldn't really hear everything, but like action comms here is something that I would be insisting on doing. Like I'm satcheling in 3, 2, 1, right? Okay. And the other thing that I would do is at the beginning of the round, because my team doesn't know who I am, you know, I'm going to satchel from here, and I'm going to land here, right? And doing that is important because it might modify the way this breach throws his flashes, his stuns, and everything that he could to set you up. Maybe he throws a stun like this down here and throws a flash like this on your contact, right?
Yeah, to be honest, I made that decision in the moment because I heard the TP.
And therein lies the issue, okay? Because what I would recommend you do is at least have some sort of game plan ahead of time, if you can, right? Get some visualization of how you want to take that fight.
So I had a plan to satchel on site, but I didn't really have a route planned past the first satchel.
There you go. That's another thing.
That's where the issue is, yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen 2 specific routes that you do. You do this one over here, and you have this one here, right? And I think it's very... messed up, but... Yeah, and I think it's very important as a Raze or as a duelist in general that you go into customs and plan your pathing strategies. You know, someone who's really good at this, I think it's Nats, if I remember correctly. He has a neon run-in for every single bomb site, at least 2. And he practices this like definitely off stream over and over and again. And when you watch him come in on neon, it's like artwork. It's amazing. And here's the thing, right? He might have learned a little bit of this by experience of playing some ranked games, but I guarantee you he spent quite a bit of server work time to practice those things, so it was muscle memory, right? So I would say that your feedback here, you want to get to that Radiant level, this is what you need to do because other people are doing it. So plan your pathings if you have 1 or 2 satchel routes. If the Radiants are doing that, are willing to put that kind of work in, if you want to get there, that's what you got to do. It's not necessarily fun all the time, right? You're now in a level where it's just like one little thing you have to change to be able to get to where you want to go. You mentioned body blocks and all this other stuff, things that you can't control, right? You can't control it. You're in a ranked environment.
In my opinion, I like to just let that out, you know. I
try if you need to, yeah.
Express it in the game chat, but I will express it just so I can leave it. Let it build.
Yeah, I do that a lot too, personally. The one thing that I have learned through experience is that framing it is very important, right? So how you say it to yourself is important. Like if you let out a big sigh, body block, your energy starts going down, right? Okay. You may think this is like, okay, well, why are we talking about this? But honestly, it does make a difference. When you're talking about the top of the game, you need everything to go your way properly, right?
I played golf. It's like a full mental game. So
exactly. Yeah, for sure. So there's a cohesion there with what you're doing. If you're trying to do anything top level,